Peace everyone, thank you for clicking this video and welcome to my channel. If you would, please like, comment, and subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated. So as you can see from the title, I am doing a Q&A. I asked you all to ask me questions on Instagram, and so I'm going to answer those questions on this video. And I must confess, I actually posted the same thing maybe like 3-4 months ago on Instagram. I told you all to ask me questions, and I never did make the video. So what I'm going to do is include the questions that I had from a couple months ago with the questions that I had that I just posted like a couple days ago. So let me go to the questions. It's only like 5 questions total, so it's going to be quick. Depending on how long this video is, I might add questions on my own that I know people have, or other people have asked me, you know, off of Instagram, maybe in person or things like that. So I don't know, depending on how long this video end up being, I may add questions, I may not though. So let me see, let me go to the questions. Okay, so the first question is, which is harder during pregnancy, mental or physical struggle? That's a hard question, because mentally and physically, okay, well I can only speak for myself. For me, I don't know, it was honestly both. Like, I struggled physically and mentally. So it's like I can't really say which one is harder. But if I had to choose, I would honestly say mentally, because it's one thing to go through something physically, like physical pain, that's one thing. But when you mentally going through something, it's like, when you mentally going through something, it affects your whole body. So you going through it mentally, but when you go through it mentally, it affects you physically. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. As you can hear, I have my son in here. But I don't know if that makes sense to you all. Sometimes when you go through something mentally, it can affect you physically. So that's why I would say mentally it was harder for me, because a lot of that mental stress led to that physical stress. But when you go, like I said, when you go through something physically, that's one thing. But mentally, like that mental struggle, man, that's something else. Right. He telling y'all he was in my stomach at that time, so he know. So the next question is, how are the babies in married life? Okay, son, I'm doing a video. Son, I'm doing a video. He like, so. Okay, so the next question is, how are the you done? Okay, so I got so the next question is, how are the babies in married life? The babies are doing great. As you can hear, one of them is in here now, my youngest son. Hold on one second. So as I was saying, the babies are doing great. They're getting so big on me. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy, because I remember when I first got pregnant with my first son, and now here I am 4 children later, and it's a struggle. I ain't gonna lie, it is definitely a struggle, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. But they're doing great. And the second part to that question is, how's the married life? The married life is great, honestly. Like, I never, like, you know how when you're younger, you plan your future, or you think about your future, and you like, yeah, I'm gonna get married, I'm gonna have children, this and that. But when it actually happens, like for me, it actually happened, and like sometimes I'd be like, wow, I'm married with children. Like, sometimes I can't even believe it. But like, it's great. The married life is great. contrary to what people say and believe, the married life is actually wonderful, and I wouldn't trade that for anything in the world as well. So yeah, next question is, how do you balance being a mother and wife? I asked myself the same question. I asked myself that same question. Honestly, I don't. Well, I wouldn't say I don't. I'll take that back. I wouldn't say I don't balance it, but I'm still working on it. As you all know, well, most of you all know, I'm still young. I'm still in my 20s, mid 20s actually, and you know, I'm still trying to figure out me. I'm still trying to figure out myself and who I am. So it can be a struggle trying to find that balance between being a mother and a wife. But one thing I will say is, you have to put yourself first. I don't care what anyone says. You have to put yourself first, because if you don't put yourself first, then you won't be able to balance being a mother and a wife. But how I balance it, I just take time for both. I take time for my children, I take time for my husband, and I take time for myself. And like I said, I'm still struggling to find that balance. So I can't really give you an answer for that, because that's something I'm still struggling with. But all I can say is, put yourself first. You have to start with that. You have to start with yourself, because if you can't take care of yourself, or if you don't take care of yourself, then how can you take care of other people, especially little humans, you know? So the next question is, do you want more children? I don't know. Honestly, I really don't have a yes or no answer. It's, for me, is if I have more children, great. If I don't, great. But I will say, at this very moment, no. I have a lot on my plate already. I do not want any more children right now. But in the future, when they get a little older, if I do end up having another one, then like I said, great. And if I don't, great. But what I will say is, a lot of people don't know this, but when I was younger, I used to always say, I used to always say I wanted 2 boys and 2 girls, and that's what I got. And not only that, I used to say that I wanted a boy first and then a girl, and I got that. I had my oldest son first, and then my girls next. And then something even crazier is, my husband, he's always wanted twins or triplets, and we got twins. So it's like, everything that I wanted and everything that he wanted, we got. So it's like, that's why I say, if I do have more, then it's fine, and if I don't, then it's fine, because we both got what we wanted, or what we always wanted, and what we said we wanted. So I'm grateful either way. Honestly, I'm grateful either way. So the next question is, what made you want to start YouTube? What made me want to start YouTube is, I just wanted to, because I'm the type of person, usually I like to be behind the camera. So and that's where I'm comfortable with. I'm comfortable behind the camera. I was never comfortable in front of the camera. So I think this is something that's helping me to get out of my comfort zone, helping me to get out of my shell. So that's one part of it. Another part is, I just wanted to tell my story. You know, I wanted to, because I'm always watching other people on YouTube, and it's like, you know, I got a story too. I wanna get my story out, and not necessarily, you know, my whole life story. I'm not necessarily talking about that. I'm just talking about just my life. I wanted to document my life, you know, so I can leave that legacy for my children and their children and my children's children, you know. So that's, in a nutshell. It's a couple reasons, but in a nutshell, that's the reason why I started it. And also, it's too, because let me see, probably like 4 years ago, me and one of my friends, we had a YouTube channel, and we actually was doing pretty good. We was posting here and there, and we both moved separate ways. I ended up moving, and so it's like we couldn't make videos anymore. So I wanted to continue making videos, and plus I love watching YouTube. Like that's my entertainment. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but yeah, I would say a lot of people watch YouTube now. Most people don't watch TV anymore. Mostly people watch YouTube or streaming services. Like, people don't watch actual cable anymore, and that's crazy to say, because just a few years ago, that's what we used to watch, cable. That's what I watched growing up, cable TV. But to see everyone watching YouTube and streaming things online, is like it's a new era coming in. Well, it has already came in, so I want to be part of that. And I think that's all the questions. Yeah, that's all the questions. So I think I'm gonna end it there. Thank you for watching this video, and if you would, please like, comment, and subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated. And until next time, peace.